There are some racehorses that we just never know what we have when we see them for the first time, and some of them just grow into themselves like no other. Our next inductee is recognized not only for her amazing achievements at the highest level, but for the degree of difficulty she overcame, traveling internationally and beating the colts. An unprecedented winner of the prestigious Group 1 Queen Anne Stakes at Royal Ascot, of the Breeders' Cup Turf, and of the Rica Woodbine Mile. She was named Female Turf Champion twice and will be inducted Friday of this week into the National Museum of Racing and Hall of Fame at Saratoga. The Canadian Horse Racing Hall of Fame is proud to induct the Queen of the Turf, Tepin.
Tepin, given the moniker Queen of the Turf, spent most of her race career under the ownership of Robert Masterson while being conditioned by dual Hall of Fame trainer Mark Casse. Racing from age 3 to 6, the Striking Bay filly accumulated a record of 13-5-1, including 9 Grade 1 or Group 1 wins or placings. In 2015, Tepin won the Breeders' Cup Mile against the boys. The following year, in what would be her final year of racing, she traveled to England, winning the prestigious Group 1 Queen Anne Stakes at Royal Ascot, a career highlight.
These two dominate the finish of the Queen Anne. Tepin, Bilardo raising an effort near the line. Tepin pushed out though, wins for America and lands the Queen Anne.
Her final career win came in the 2016 Woodbine Mile, when she put an exclamation mark on her exceptional career. It was remarkably her 8th consecutive win, including 3 Group 1 or Grade 1 wins against males in 3 different countries: Canada, England, and the US. Tepin earned the Eclipse Award as American Champion Female Turf Horse in both 2015 and 2016 and retired with career earnings of $4.4 million.
Making the presentation is Glenn Secura, past president of the Canadian Horse Racing Hall of Fame and current chief steward of the Jockey Club of Canada, and accepting as Tepin's owner during her superlative racing career, Robert Masterson.
Hello, Robert. How are you?
I'm well. How are you?
I am dandy. Are you ready to begin?
Yes, I am.
Okay, here we go. Tepin built momentum late in 2015 with a victory against the boys in the Breeders' Cup Mile, joining other great fillies to achieve that feat. What are your memories of what was a peak moment in her career to that point and being named champion female turf horse?
Well, I think the race before, the First Lady Stakes against the fillies at the same venue, Keeneland, she won that on the soft by 7 lengths, well, under a hand ride, basically. And that made us go into the Breeders' Cup Mile because we thought she could handle the boys on that kind of a surface.
All right, excellent. After early success in 2016, the decision was made to take Tepin to Royal Ascot for the for the Group 1 Queen Anne Stakes, despite no wins in that marquee race for North American imports. What led to that decision to go, and what do you recall about that entire experience?
Well, for 3 reasons we went. As I said before, she loved running on the soft, and everybody knows in June over in London, it's very soft because it rained 4 days in a row before the race. And she's been very successful on the soft. And the second thing is, she'd already really just blew away an international field in the Breeders' Cup, so she could run against the boys. And then the last thing, which is probably most important for Canadians, is the Queen asked us to come. what the Queen wants, Queen gets, right?
Fair enough. Makes sense to me. Absolutely. Okay, and finally, later in 2016, Tepin again beat the boys, this time in the Rico Woodbine Mile, where she was totally embraced by an appreciative Canadian audience. That made it 3 Grade 1 Group 1 wins in 3 different countries against the boys and a second Eclipse Award as champion female turf horse. What do you recall about that episode?
I tell you, the most important thing about that is what happened after the race. After the race, when we were doing the ceremony for presenting the trophy, we stopped doing the ceremony because the fans were chanting very loudly, Tepin, Tepin, Tepin. It was a great, great thing for the Canadian fans to receive her, acknowledge her ability, and being the person she was. So that was great.
That's incredible. Thank you so much for sharing with us.
You're welcome.
All right, there you go. Tepin, Mr. Masterson.